Thanks for listening to another episode of the Gifted Performance Podcast. If you're listening or watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, as well as hitting the like button and the notification bell so you never miss a video. If you prefer audio format, search Gifted Performance on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or your favorite podcasting service, and subscribe today. Make sure you also rate and review the podcast, as that helps us out tremendously. Enjoy the podcast and stay gifted. Welcome back. Another episode of the GPP, Gifted Performance Podcast. 3 familiar faces sitting across from me. Well, 4 for you, if I'm a familiar face. What are we doing today? We are recording an episode that we are calling Supplement Show and Tell. So we're bringing some supplements to you guys today, and we're going to dissect the ingredients. Are they dosed correctly? Do they have the ingredients that they would expect? What should you expect in terms of effects from these supplements? What might we change when Dom realizes, hey, I think we can do a supplement line? And I say, that's not a terrible idea. And then Gifted Performance Supplements, GPS, is born. It's like a GPS to the gains. That was off the cuff right there. That just came naturally. And I love it. All right. Gentlemen, do we want to draw straws for who goes first? Do I have a volunteer on who wants to go first? Dom told me he wanted to go first.
Why don't you lead us? You're our leader.
All right, fine. You know what? That's exactly what I'll do. All right. So my supplement is, I was scrolling down my Facebook the other day, and I saw a man with the most curious varicose veins that I've ever seen. Big gentleman. His name is Nick Walker, and it was a sponsored ad on my Facebook, and it was for Raw, the kind of like sister brand of Revive. Is that how it works? Is that how it is? Or is Raw just their supplement line?
I think Raw is their supplement line, and Revive is their health supplement line.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Okay, so I found Raw's new Pre-Extreme. I was like, I wonder what's in this stuff. So I looked up the nutrition label. I'm going to screen share that right now. Window.
Instead of talking about our own, can we just talk shit about Revive supplements? Plenty to talk about.
All right. So here it is. So here is their new pre-workout. I'm actually going to exit out of this really quickly just so I can see like what they're saying about the actual product itself before we look at the ingredients. Promotes high energy and focus, supports blood flow. It's got some, it looks like nitrates dietary nitrates in there. And then it goes down to the ingredients themselves. So they start with L-tyrosine. Talk a little bit about beta-alanine in there as well. Betaine anhydrous, which is an osmolyte. Draw water into the muscle. Citrulline, and then whatever this. I don't know what exactly this is. Nitro Rocket, but I like the way that it sounds.
Is it trademarked?
It is. Yeah, it's a registered trademark. So I think it's similar to like Creapure, where it's like Creapure. Creapure is just creatine monohydrate, but it's like a certain.
It's actually an extract from my breast milk.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
It's actually from arugula.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So it says that on the supplement facts.
Nitrate supplement from arugula.
All right, sweet. So the first thing that I always look at on pre-workouts is this up here. I always look at like what's the size of the scoop, and a lot of pre-workouts are going with a smaller scoop size now, like a micro-dosed product, and that always catches my eye because when you've got things like beta-alanine and citrulline in here that need to be dosed at, beta-alanine effective dose 3 to 5 grams. Citrulline malate effective dose, or citrulline effective dose 6 to 8 grams. 12 grams is very small. It's a very small scoop. What the hell? Siri popped up. So that's what I look at right away when I look at a supplement like this, and then I kind of start looking at the ingredients on there.
Like my pre-workout's 29 grams.
What about my pre-workout?
Oh, we're recording.
What about Christina's pre-workout? We can be recording and Christina can get it on it. Christina Stevens Serafini, newly dubbed as of today.
That's got a good sound to it.
It does. It does.
It does great.
I thought you guys were both going to change your last name to Surferini.
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 Paul,
So-
why didn't you take her last name?
Why didn't I?
So Paul's pre-workout, would you say it was 29?
29.
Yours is 13. Yeah, 29.
29. Dom, do you have a Redcon sitting there
Let's
with
see.
you?
Watch out, Charlie.
If you don't,
No,
you're a
no.
terrible
Redcon
affiliate.
scoop for sure is like 4 grams.
So an interesting one is like Cellucor C4 is like 5 grams. It's like a 5 gram scoop. It's tiny.
Dude, I've got this
yeah,
Legion
that's right.
pre-workout.
It's like 6 grams or something like that.
Here's
This
their
Legion
pump.
pre-workout's 23.76 grams.
This is
Yeah.
5.4.
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh. So yeah, you really want to see that like bigger scoop size, because with a bigger serving size, you're getting more of the active ingredients in there. So just working kind of down this label right here, we got some B vitamins in there for obvious reasons. Every pre-workout on the market is going to be packed with B vitamins. I don't know if you need 10,000% of your daily value, but with B vitamins, they don't really, I'm neither here nor there on those, as you're just going to pee the extra out. All right, working down a little further, we see beta alanine at 3.5 grams. From your guys' reading of the literature, beta alanine best dosed where? I think my
3.2.
reading was, pardon?
3.2.
3.2? Yeah. So something that, and I don't know if you guys have seen any of these videos, but something that Derek from More Plates, More Dates talks about a lot is he talks about like the saturation point of beta alanine being something like 117,000 milligrams. So 117 grams of beta alanine to hit that saturation point being like impossible.
Like over days?
Yeah, so like similar to how you would load creatine,
Yeah.
you would load beta alanine, because it's kind of similar in the mechanism in that like beta alanine is converted to carnosine, which is then stored in muscle cells and acts as a buffer. So theoretically, you should be able to ingest quite a bit of beta alanine and saturate your muscles stores of that if you hit this 117 grams over, I believe it's like a 7 to 10 day period. The problem with that is that the paresthesia that you would feel, that skin tingling that you would feel from trying to hit, I mean, what is that, like 20 grams of beta alanine a day, would be far too uncomfortable for most. So most products will do,
I mean, does that loading occur over longer periods of time? Like if you took 3 grams a day, eventually when you hit that 100 and something, or does it kind of turn over?
I think so. Yeah. So I think so. Granted that, like you said, you're not turning it over and using it super, super quickly. So yeah, 3.2 is a pretty common dose that I've heard. Like 3 to 5. If you can handle a higher dose, if you don't mind the extra tingling, then you definitely should go higher, because that'll put you closer to that saturation point faster. So when I look at this label and I see beta alanine, you've been getting some good tingles from that 3.5. It's a decent enough dose. What do you guys think about the use
Well,
of...
I suppose, check this out, sorry, but
Check it out.
I suppose you could take smaller doses throughout the day and
Yep.
potentially achieve like 10 grams a day or something like
Yep.
that.
Yeah, you definitely could. So I think in the podcast episode, the Stronger by Science, Eric Trexler was talking about that. He was talking about, taking like 3 grams 4 or 5 times a day. So you could spread that out.
Yeah, because I bet that skin tinglingness goes away at a certain point.
For sure.
I think you also adapt to it. So like when I first started taking
I don't
beta
really ever
alanine,
feel it.
yeah,
If I take like 3-4 grams, I still don't feel it.
you should. I wonder if you went up to like 6 to 8 grams, which is like what I take before training, if you would start
Fuck
to
it,
feel
I'll try
again.
it now. Here, I got some next to me. Let's see.
Hell yeah. Look at this. No podcast like this. You guys just randomly taking supplements to the face.
To the dome piece.
Yeah,
I
put it up your nose for sure.
How much am I taking?
8 grams.
Just fistful.
Just dry scoop it.
No.
But when I look at this label right here, like the beta alanine is probably the one that I think is dosed correctly here. Would you guys agree with that? There you go.
Yeah.
Chug it down. Mazel tov. And just bumping down one there to the citrulline malate, now is when I kind of start to have some issues with this dosing here. 2.5 grams of citrulline, just pure L-citrulline on its own, would be 3x short of what you want to see. So with citrulline malate, you want 6 to 8 grams. So 2.5 would be very short. Or with citrulline, you want 6 to 8 grams. 2.5 is well short of that. Then you have to also factor in that citrulline is being bound to malic acid here. And that's actually decreasing the amount of citrulline you're getting per gram. I think it's like 1.7 grams.
You need like 75% more.
Yeah, 1.7 grams of citrulline malate is equivalent to 1 gram of L-citrulline. So for this to be an effective...
Can I play devil's advocate right now?
Hit it.
What are they marketing this for? High stim or pumps?
Let's see. So when we go down here and they talk about amino acid, efficiently converted...
This guy. Why is he fucking defending
L-citrulline is an amino acid that once absorbed is efficiently converted into L-arginine, used for nitric oxide production.
No, like the description of the product. Like,
okay.
Is it like
yep.
our
So
new
promotes high energy and focus, supports blood flow and muscle oxygenation.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know how you read into that. Well, I mean, what do you read into that?
If I was just reading that, I'd probably say like this is a high stim pre-workout.
Okay. Yeah, so we can skip all the way to the bottom, and we can see that. Yeah, like this is a high stim workout or pre-workout right here with 400 milligrams. But if you were to take this product and say, "Hey, I want to use this as like a pump product, and I need to get the correct amount of citrulline, and I need to get the correct amount of," and we'll get down to it, betaine as well. I'm going to have to be taking in 800, 1,200 milligrams of caffeine to get to that point. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not.
Don't try this at home.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. Just saying it might break the budget a little bit.
Also break the toilet.
So when we get past the citrulline, L-tyrosine. So L-tyrosine being an amino acid. What is I sometimes I forget what else L-tyrosine does. Is L-tyrosine the adrenaline, dopamine?
Yeah. So
yeah,
is a precursor to dopamine, or
it is catecholamine precursor in the way that it's used in pre-workouts. You're looking for that epinephrine upregulation.
Because if you take some like early in the morning on an empty stomach, it'll give you a little kick.
So according to examine.com, you want to see a dose between 500 to 2,000 milligrams, 30 to 60 minutes before an acute stressor like exercise. So at 1.5 grams, this is dosed pretty effectively. I guess L-tyrosine also has like anti-stress function. I guess that would probably be the dopamine side of things. The dosage for that being considerably higher. 7 to 10 grams daily for a 150-pound person. But again, that's not what we're marketing at here. This isn't like an anti-stress supplement. This is a pre-workout. So L-tyrosine at a pretty good point right there. What about betaine? What is the function of betaine?
That's not one
Is that a nitrate? It's like
it's a nitrate.
So betaine, also known as TMG, trimethylglycine, that's found in beetroot. 500 milligrams taken throughout the day if you're looking to have an effect on homocysteine. Standard dose in a dietary supplement is 2,500 to 6,000 milligrams. So a little bit shy of that, but I wonder if...
Well, the anhydrous is a salt. Maybe if it increases
absorption or utilization, something like that. TMG, betaine are used interchangeably. Okay. Oh, Okay, so what they're using it for here is its osmolytic properties. I think I knew that. What is an osmolyte, folks? This is a quiz. This will be on the final exam.
Oh. That sounds like something I forgot 10 years ago.
Sounds like something that Dr. Stout is going to yell at you for not remembering.
Man, I can see his face right now. Disapproving.
So an osmolyte is a hydration, like a cell hydration promoter. Draws water into the cell with it. And we're looking at, so it looks like a single dose to improve osmolality in the workout. Yeah, it's around that 1 gram mark. So betaine, they get the pass on betaine. And last but not least is our arugula extract, another nitrate. So yeah, I honestly think that this product as a whole, where it like underserves in terms of beta alanine and citrulline, it does a pretty good job in terms of like the totality of the product and the ingredients that are in it. Because this nitrate, the arugula extract here, I kind of dig that inclusion right there. I don't know if I would go with arugula extract compared to
like beetroot or something.
So
compared to
Nitro
beetroot.
Nitro Rocket is 10% nitrate from arugula, and then it also has nitrate from.
So let me
something else.
share this one as well. So this is a pretty cool graph from examine.com that looks at nitrate concentrations by vegetable. So we can see that arugula actually outperforms beets, but the concentration or the amount of each is a little different. The arugula amount is 2 cups, whereas the beets are half a cup here. So I think the beets are just shy of 100. Arugula is just shy of 200. So if we make them both 2 cups, you would see that the beets would be a little bit higher than the arugula. But
Why wouldn't they make that equal?
Why? Yeah,
Like,
why? It's because
everything's
every single one of them is different.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's by like raw weight.
Well, I was
By
gonna say it
serving.
could be by weight, raw weight. Just
Yeah,
I
I think it
think
might
it's
be
by
by raw
serving
weight.
size. Oh.
What I do know of, and when they use these vegetable extracts, there's like a different nitrate concentration in each of them. Like the raw nitrate concentration in beets is different than what it would be in like an arugula extract. Arugula extract has like 5% nitrates, I believe, by volume. I think beets are slightly higher than that from what I read. I had another.
Yeah,
one
I
pulled
saw
up.
Examine had an article that was titled
Yeah.
something like "Are
Arugula is
nitrate
10.
is betaine or are nitrates the same as beetroot or something?"
So
like
this is
that.
pretty
yeah.
interesting
Well,
right here.
This Nitro Rocket says arugula is 10% nitrates. Beets are 2%
Yeah,
nitrates.
That's what this graphic says right here.
Yeah,
So we got
spinach
arugula
is
extract
9.
up at 10%. So it might actually be a way to get even more nitrates going with the arugula instead of the beets. So maybe that's a better choice. I wonder what the flavor profile is there. All right.
Whenever I see this stuff the first time, I start thinking about like how much is arugula cheaper than beets? You know what I'm saying? Could you get away with the novelty? Could you get away with the novelty just because no one's seen it before, but it's actually cheaper as a company to put it in there?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so I think if I'm going to grade my supplement that I brought for show and tell, I'm going to grade this one at a B+. A B+ here, not quite up at A. Now, had they dosed the citrulline effectively, and maybe thrown in a tiny bit more betaine there, getting closer to that 3 gram dose that is recommended from the majority of the research, we could have been up at an A, but a B+, 400 milligrams of caffeine. I'm a fan. So Dom expected me to come in here and be a hater. I'm not a hater, Dom.
Caffeine's a lot.
400 caffeine's a lot.
I would rather it be like 150, 200 milligrams of caffeine and have the option to 2-scoop it or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'm just reading it as the label is. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. Dumping that one down. I honestly think
think
you
like-
might run into an issue if you double scooped just because of the amount of beta alanine that you got. I think people would be pretty averse, especially someone who may be new to beta alanine, getting a hit of like 7 grams. Oof.
Like I'm
Yeah, my
thinking
face
about
is
like
tingling
mink
right now.
because like I just wouldn't even buy it like because it's pretty much just all about like the caffeine at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I
I'm
think
not
this is
big
a very
fan of,
this is a very
like
stim driven product.
pre-workouts without like caffeine without theanine, because theanine kind of works synergistically with caffeine, so you don't get that like super ramped up and then you immediately crash. That's what I don't know if we're gonna talk about that later, but whenever I see that much caffeine, I'm like, whoa. And then I'm looking for the theanine. If it's not in it, like I don't know, man.
I don't want it, man. I want to feel like a crackhead, dude. I want to be on edge a little bit.
Do you guys remember that pre-workout that I sent in the chat like last month? It was like the all-American rocket pre-workout extreme, and it had 500 milligrams of caffeine and 100 milligrams of DMAA in it.
Oh yeah.
Paul was salivating on that one. Like that's just like pure stim junkie. This one I think is like stim junkie, but like composed. Like he can still go to work, he can still function, and he still like gets shit done, like to a lower degree, but like he still gets shit done. He's not like completely wired out at his desk, like scratching his neck like Tyrone Biggums. I think he's still, he's still a functioning member of society.
My face is tingling.
Derek always talks about how his butthole itches when he has too much beta alanine. I can't say I've ever had the butthole
all
itches.
of my face right now.
All the
You're gonna
face.
see Dom like moving around in his seat.
Jay, do you want
I
to
took
do
9 grams.
Do you want to do
Those
yours
are each
next? I think
3.2.
yours was are you doing the pre-workout with the L-theanine in it, or are you going to do BCAAs but with mushrooms?
Let's see. I've got a few cool things here. I've got the BCAAs, the pre-workout, some KSM 66. What are you guys feeling?
Well, you go with what you want.
You know what? I'm going to go just because this supplement is supposedly backed by science. It even says it on the label backed by science. So
Okay.
let's go with the Legion Pulse pre-workout drink.
Pulling it up. All right, Legion Pulse. Is Legion a
Because we're all
big
scientists.
big company? I don't think I've ever heard of Legion.
It's owned by that Mike Matthews fellow.
You're right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Seems like a nice
All right.
guy.
Here we go.
And
We have
And
arrived.
Eric Helms is on he's on the board of something or other. He's basically I think very similar role like he does at 3DMJ, where he's like the science something or other.
Oh, that's why you bought this.
Yeah, because I love Eric Helms. Shout outs to Eric Helms. I'm sure he's watching.
What do we got here? Can I not zoom in on this? What in the shit? Is this zoomed in?
A little bit.
Dom, I actually like it
Why
because
don't
it
you
says
hold control and then scroll your mouse wheel up?
Look at what you just did.
Uh-oh.
Look at what you did. All right,
I buy
Jay,
it because it says
look at
natural,
this.
and I don't like
Look at
anything
this.
that's not natural.
What's going on here?
Oh, that's how you get to
Now
the
I got
good
this guy.
websites.
Who is
Click on
this
that one.
guy?
That's
That's
Mike
Eric
Matthews.
Helms.
All right, Jay, what are we looking at there?
Let's see here. So the serving size is 2 scoops because I like this one because you have the option of 1 scoop or 2 scoops based off of your own individual tolerance, which I think is nice because it doesn't kind of force you into something. I'm a weirdo where I like put my supplements on the scale to make sure that I'm actually getting a serving, because some of these companies like I actually have their BCAAs right here. Extend is notorious for saying like 12 grams is 1 serving and the scoop is like 24 grams. So that way they get you on the back end. They're like, oh, you got to buy more of our supplements. So I like that the serving size is basically 2 scoops, so you can split it in half, and it's 23.76 grams. So it's actually like a pretty large scoop. And if you add up all the things that are in it, it comes pretty close, if not dead nuts on 23.76. So
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. It says it's backed by science. It says it on there. It says all natural as well, which, I'm all about being natural. Puke.
Boo.
Vomit. Anyway, let's see. Calcium, 148 milligrams. It's got 6 grams of carbohydrates, which I have yet to sort out where
here we
those
go.
are coming from.
Yeah. So I got a supplement facts, but I don't have maybe artificial sweeteners. Where's the ingredient list?
It's got something in here called Swerve. That's also why I bought it.
Oh,
because the first
Swerve.
thing on other.
Yeah, Swerve is that's an artificial sweetener.
Yeah,
I know that.
See, erythritol,
Yeah.
oligosacha. Never heard of it. Advantitol, erythritol, again, natural flavors, sea salt, silica, stevia, leaf extract, calcium carbonate, red beet for flavor. But the active ingredients, it's got sodium, which I think some supplements leave out sodium because that's going to be a bit of that primary. When people think about pump, sodium's also going to be a big part of that.
How's 230 milligrams as a dose there? Is that Dom, don't you usually do like 3 grams of salt in your pre-workout?
What?
No, I don't do that much.
What do you do?
I probably do like 800 to 1,000.
Oh, I thought you were throwing like, I don't know who I saw doing that then. I saw some people getting wild doing 2-3 grams of sea salt in their pre-workout. Salty as hell.
Of sea salt or sodium? Because that's
Of
a lot
sea
of
salt.
fucking sea
No.
salt.
That makes sense because
Because you're not getting, it's not like a
1.5
pure 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1.5 grams of like iodinized table salt is like 600 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah, like a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan is 480 milligrams of sodium.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
3
right.
grams of the salt makes sense.
So 230 milligrams is kind of, if we're using that for part of the pump, that's probably a little bit under where we want to see, right?
yeah,
according
but
to,
factor in. I don't know, like about you guys, like if you eat, how close to your workout you eat.
I don't
Like,
eat.
I eat pretty close to mine, so I load my food up with sodium, and
Okay.
I just put like a salt packet or 2 in my pre, a salt packet or 2 in my intro.
Wow. All right. So some sodium in there. What else they got, Jay? Did Jay freeze? Did Jay go to sleep?
No, I'm
he's-
here.
Hello?
Am I
Where
frozen?
am I? No, you're good.
All right. Let's see. Potassium as tripotassium citrate.
Tripotassium.
Those are
3
big words
potassiums?
that
That's
Dom-
better.
3 potassiums, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, is that considered relatively balanced between sodium and potassium? Dom?
I know like potassium supplements are usually citrates. Well, how much was it?
345?
345 milligrams.
Yeah, so they were trying to do like almost 1-to-1.
Pretty
Yeah.
close. It's 230 milligrams of sodium.
So 0.666.
The mark of the beast. Let's see. What else here? We got the L-citrulline DL malate.
Oh,
2
so
to
the
1.
so the D configuration.
So they're using the 2-to-1. So with the 2-to-1,
8 grams.
with the 2-to-1, you would get more citrulline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that 1-to-1 where it's an equivalent of citrulline with the malate. In this scenario, you're getting 2 grams of citrulline for every 1 gram of malate. So what's the math on that for 8 grams? 6 and no. 5 and no. 4 and no. This is hard math
What?
right here.
What are you trying to figure out?
We're trying to figure out how much citrulline is in here and how much malate is in here. If it's a 2-to-1 and there's 8 grams total. It's a lot of numbers.
So you need 75% more. So it's 25% citrulline, right? Or am I wrong?
Malate? You mean malate?
No, this is a 2-to-1, so it's different.
So it's like, there's like right
No,
around
you-
5 grams. There's like right around 5 grams, right?
I thought you need 75% more citrulline malate compared to L-citrulline.
But this isn't citrulline malate. This is citrulline DL malate, which is a 2-to-1 configuration. So for every 2 grams of citrulline, you're getting 1 gram of malate. So if there's 5 grams of citrulline in here, 2.5 grams of malate, we can probably call that close enough.
So you're getting a third.
Yeah, it's just short of like 5.5, like Dom said.
No, it's 2.4. If you're getting a third of it, it's citrulline.
No,
you're saying 2/3.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's about 5.
It's that 2-to-1 ratio. So so we're looking at like 5.5 ish. So if we're #backed by science here, we're pretty close. We're pretty close to the amount of citrulline that we want. Yeah.
Guys,
I can't even.
I realize why you're looking down. You're looking down at the supplement. Okay.
Yeah. Does it look like I'm just like nodding off?
Yeah, it looks like you're just going to sleep.
That could totally be a possibility. That's reasonable to assume. Let's see what else we got here. Carnosine beta alanine, 3.6 grams.
So again,
so it's really
there.
Yeah. Is it carnosine like the SYN?
Yeah.
Trademark. Yeah.
That's that trademark beta alanine.
Betaine anhydrous, 2.5 grams.
So you can see the betaine in this one is 2.5 times what we saw in Raw's version. So 1 gram in the raw formula versus 2.5 grams in this #backed by science. Eric Helms approved pre-workout.
Yep. And then this is why I like this one, because it's got 350 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous and then 350 milligrams of L-theanine, because that's kind of what you want, unless you're Paul, to not feel like, on the way to the gym, you're not going to snap your steering wheel in half. It kind of gives you like a nice smooth energy. And then when it falls off, you're not nodding off like I was here a second ago while in this podcast.
Do you know the exact mechanism of how theanine and caffeine interact with each other?
I bet it has to do with an adenosine receptor.
I was going to say, it has to be adenosine receptor based. I wonder if the theanine antagonizes that receptor, doesn't allow the same binding affinity, maybe
it just takes up some of those
binds
receptors,
to some
so
of the
caffeine
receptors.
can't punch.
Yeah, that would make sense. So that would explain why you get a more stable release.
God, we are such nerds.
Dom, that's what makes us cool. It's cool to be a nerd now. The nerds are bullying the jocks.
I'd rather just be able to tell people, like, no, just do it because I said so. My life
Dom
would be
is
so much
giving up
easier.
the nerd life to be a guru. He's converting to guruism.
It says theanine has a mild antagonistic effect on caffeine and reduce the high blood pressure and jitters, taking the edge off. But more research is needed to confirm this.
That doesn't tell us shit.
I'm thinking blood pressure. Yeah, that doesn't help at all.
It's just saying that it blunts
blood volume.
It blunts the effect of the caffeine. I think it creates a more stable release.
Yeah,
definitely. Don't look this up, but this is for sure how it works. It binds to the receptor so that not as much caffeine can bind to the adenosine receptor at any given point, giving you a more stable exposure to the caffeine as it binds a little bit slower. So you get a little bit of a more protracted, smooth experience. Again, don't look that up. Do not fact check that because it's 100% correct.
Yeah, there's no need to.
Nope.
And then it's got alpha size, alpha glycerol.
I'm sorry, what was that called? Alpha size? I love it.
Yeah, it's a glycerol monophosphate, right?
I fucking love it.
Alpha glycerol phosphorylcholine, GPC, alpha GPC.
Yep.
300 milligrams.
That's how we're going to sell all of our apparel at Gifted Performance now. We're just going to sell it in no mediums, no larges. Everything is alpha sized.
But yeah, because alpha GPC, is that more of a focus?
It's like a nootropic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I think the alpha GPC with the L-theanine might have a nice little complementary effect there.
I feel a lot smarter when I take this pre-workout. Like when I'm trying to count the 2.5 pound plates, like trying to figure that whole thing out, like I nail it 87% of the time.
And you said that's up from 62%, right?
Yeah. So I feel
so
like this is an effective supplement overall.
87 versus 62. 87 is a higher number. That's so.
Here's the thing.
It's a significant difference with a p-value of less than 0.05.
Yeah,
Sure.
Brad Schoenfeld
Absolutely.
did a study on Jay. Jay was the only subject, and he found some serious statistical significance.
But here's the kicker with this supplement, and I think this doesn't often get brought up very much. It tastes like burnt dog shit. It's not very good. It says fruit punch. I don't know where Eric Helms is getting his fruit punch from or where these fruits are coming from, but it does not taste like fruit punch at all. So, and I'm a bit of a fruit punch connoisseur, so it's not very good. I definitely just scoop it and then I just almost just like chug it, like back in college when you drink like some shitty tequila at the bar somewhere. But yeah, that's it. That's like its really only downfall, that it does not taste very good. And that's about it. Other than that,
Jay, if you're grading
I roll with it.
What's the grade?
You know what? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it an A-, just because of the taste kind of ruins it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Are there other flavors? What other flavors they got here? We got fruit punch is the most popular. I will have you know.
Because people don't know what tastes good.
Blue raspberry. I'm a big blue raspberry guy. Blueberry lemonade. I'm neither here nor there. Bubble gum. No, thank you.
It's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Big no. And a cherry limeade. Oh no. And a grape. And a green apple. And a pink lemonade. Sour candy.
Oh, I'll
strawberry.
do the grape. The grape
sour
sound.
candy. I might need to just switch up my flavors. You know what? I have had the watermelon.
Don't say
believe
anything,
it or not.
Jay. Don't say it.
Okay, guys. Theanine, it blocks glutamate from receptors.
Paul, why'd you have to do that to me?
Which is an excitatory neuron.
You know what I like? I like that they assume that you're gonna double scoop it, and they say 2 scoops. Because if they were really in the douchebaggery industry, they would say that this has 42 servings per container of 1 scoop, but then tell you that you need to take 2 scoops. That's how they would trick you. But they don't.
I feel like,
and I appreciate that.
You know what? I trust Eric Helms first and foremost. So I trust this product. That's just the way.
There you have it, folks. All right.
It's made in America.
Legion, your Pulse Natural pre-workout, which has 2,543 reviews, just got its 2,544th from Mr. Complete Meathead Jason Holt himself, and you've got yourself an A-. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. All right, Dom, what you got for us? Dom, did you fall asleep?
No, I'm right here.
You lagged for a second.
Nephrogen.
Who makes Nephrogen? Is that Morphogen?
You fell asleep. MorphogenNutrition.com.
All right. Got it.
I'm probably going to get kicked off of Redcon for this, but whatever.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. We've got our ingredient label. Badoink. There it is, folks. All right. Dom, walk us through. Because with a pre-workout, it's pretty simple. Taking your pre-workout to get jacked the F up and lift some big weights. What are you taking
This
Nephrogen
is to make
for?
sure our kidneys stay nice and well. Because, with all the non-extracurricular things us bodybuilders do.
Like what?
So, for the scoop, it's 9.9 grams. Is that what the website says?
Yep, 1 scoop, 9.9 grams, 30 servings per container. Wow, that'll really zoom for you. Oops.
So, if you add up, this is what I like to do. If you add up all the
$48.
ingredients, you find out how much filler is in a product.
Oh.
So with all his ingredients, sorry, my entire body is itching. He is 9.2 grams of ingredients, and the scoop size is 9.9. So, which is probably close to being perfect, because of course you're gonna have like the flavoring, silicon dioxide, sucralose, and ACE potassium. Yeah. So, what I like to use this for is for obviously kidney health, because we put a lot of strain on our kidneys, and I really like the dosage of astragalus he uses. He puts 4,000 milligrams in it. And we know there's a lot of research on astragalus. It's really popular, like in Eastern medicine, to help like control some inflammatory diseases. But it also has an antioxidant effect and anti-inflammatories. But one thing that it really is good at, that research showed, was it downregulates a marker that it's associated with renal damage, so like kidney damage, with continued use of astragalus. It also can increase diuresis, or peeing. It'll make you pee more. So that's why I'll tell clients, like, don't drink it too close to bed, because you'll probably have to wake up to pee. And that's another good thing, because again, it's continuously having the kidneys work and function properly. I'm a big fan of astragalus. I use this twice a day, not once. I'll use it morning and then midday. The next ingredient he has is I don't know how you say that. Moringa oleifera extract.
Moringa.
Right.
Something.
So a study showed it was effective against nephrotoxicity, because of it being an antioxidant and having anti-inflammatory effects. This can also reduce the amount of protein and glucose that is in urine. So again, that's another protective effect that this supplement has against kidney damage. And then
this moringa stuff is really. I'm looking at the human effect matrix on Examine.
It's really effective.
Yeah, even stuff that's like like decreased asthmatic symptoms, decreases in HbA1c, increased lung function, skin moisture, decrease in. It looks like it has an effect on the skin as well.
Yeah, so if you look at Examine for these individually and his markup or his label, he did a really good job at putting effective dosages in his product. And then a lot of people know about grapeseed extract. And with grapeseed extract, you want to make sure you take a high polyphenol amount of it. So he has a 90% polyphenol in it. So we know that's going to increase bioavailability of the polyphenol compounds, which again are protective against renal issues too. Again, noted against. I'm just reading something I'd written up. Noted against nephrotoxicity. Again, grapeseed extract is normalized the increase in BUN and creatinine, as well as cell death. So it helped reduce those from occurring as well.
So I'm looking at some other stuff on grapeseed. Is there anything? Is this purely like a kidney focused product?
Blood pressure too.
Okay, yeah, because I'm reading, decreases in blood pressure, decreases in heart rate, decrease in total cholesterol, increase in blood flow, decrease in C-reactive protein. Seems like a pretty powerful.
Yeah, Nephrogen is for kidneys, but obviously because of effective healthy kidneys, we have good blood pressure too.
Okay.
And then cranberry extract. He has a 50-1 in it. Again, a good extract ratio to have. again, a really powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. What cranberry extract can do is reduce the ability of bacteria to colonize in the lining of your bladder. So it reduces the chance of bladder infections. You'll see a lot of women take cranberry extract if they have like more frequent UTIs and things like that. So cranberry extract is another one that's good for like UTI health, or not UTI health, but like your urinary tract health.
Do you know how like the extract compares to like just drinking very concentrated cranberry juice? Because I've heard that as a recommendation for as long as I can remember.
I'm sure it's similar, but I just feel like it's probably easier to just take a supplement.
Probably.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys that drink 100% tart cherry juice for reasons like this, for blood pressure and stuff.
Tart cherry is pretty high in nitrates as well.
Yeah. And then these other ones are kind of more lower dose, but similar things. Polyphenols, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. So all in all, the supplement together itself has a big anti-inflammatory effect, which can increase renal health and cause, better blood pressure, reduced risk of urinary tract infections. And then overall, like, anecdotally, I've seen on my own blood work, creatinine is in a better spot. My EGFR is in a better spot. With me taking it twice a day, I got my EGFR to like 110, which I think is pretty high. So I really like this supplement, and it's one that I pretty much suggest all my clients use, whether they're competitive or not, just because, at the end of the day, you have 2 kidneys, and I give this is an A+ supplement in my eyes.
Yeah, because for the therapeutic dose of astragalus, you do to get closer to it, you probably need to take about 2 scoops a day, right?
Yeah, it's about 8 grams. So, but he suggests 1 scoop a day. Contest prep scenario, I suggest twice a day, and then on the off season or just lifestyle, 1 scoop a day.
So I'm looking at a study looking at the combination of astragalus and Angelicae sinensis in a 5-to-1 ratio, where they're taking, I guess this is a traditional Chinese medicine technique, taking up to 30 grams of the astragalus per day.
So Dante Trudell with True Nutrition, for people he gets that contact him for like really bad EGFRs or high creatinine, high bun, his is pretty intense too. It's like 2 doses of like, I think 10 to 15 grams of astragalus like a day for a couple weeks or something like that.
And then it says, looking at main bioactive in astragalus is astragaloside 4, which can be supplemented by itself. So I guess if you don't take the astragalus, you can take whatever this compound is, the bioactive astragaloside. Man, I should have practiced these pronunciations if I had really nailed these. But yeah, so looking at the human effect matrix down here, huge effect on immunity, immune function, anti-inflammatory, and like you said, Dom, a little bit of diuretic effect as well. Paul, can you angle your camera down a little bit more so we can see more of you?
Not.
All right, then when it's only your forehead, you get what you get. All right, Dom, what'd you say your grade was, and how biased is that?
Summa cum laude. I don't work for this company.
Wow. And it gets an A+. All right, so that was the first.
Ben Hartman, who owns this, I've known him for so long, and he just does a great job with his supplements. Every supplement he sells is $48. Everything is free shipping. God, I'm plugging him so bad right now. But,
What's
his stuff, His stuff works well.
What's your
that.
flavor of choice? Are you a cranberry splash man, or are you a GFR grapefruit? Wow, GFR grapefruit rush.
King of marketing.
I fucking love it. Holy shit. I've never taken it before, but you're getting an untested, never even had it before, A+ from me as well, just for GFR. I love it.
No, I like the cranberry. It tastes like tea.
Nice. All right. And then there was one left. Paul, what'd you bring for show and tell?
Do you guys want to do Carbolin or the pre-workout that blows all of y'all's out of the fucking water?
Wow. Well, you just gave quite a review to the pre-workout, so I kind of want to hear the pre-workout now.
It's better not suck.
What is it?
Let's
I got to
go
Google
with,
this bitch.
NutraBio pre.
Dog shit. No.
NutraBio?
Oh,
Yeah.
NutraBio makes some good stuff.
Yeah.
NutraBio pre-workout. All
Man,
right.
we could have been done. Just one ingredient, 50 grams of carbs. No.
No fun in that. All right, here we go. An explosive pre-workout performance accelerator.
I don't know about the usage of the word explosive with
I think you can just
Let's look at flavors. Grape berry crush.
I feel like ass right now.
Dragon fruit. What flavor you got, Paul?
grape berry crush.
Okay, great. How is it? How's the flavor?
Pretty good, I guess.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
I'll throw it back like a shot.
Oh, this is pretty cool right here. So they offer a stem-free version, a non-artificial, probably sweetener version, and an extreme version. What do you have? Do you have the extreme?
I don't know, but I'm about to get the stem-free one because I don't want this much caffeine. I think it's just the regular one.
All right, just regular. So we're pulling up the regular. Wow, that's fucking tiny.
If you click on it, yeah.
Let's do one little zoom. Really? There
Why
we
is it zoom in
go.
the background?
Did you see that? It zoomed the
That
background.
was weird.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. This is legible. This is legible, folks.
You might want to do it one more time, maybe.
I don't think I can. Is the problem? Because when I hit it last time, yeah, it's doing. Oh, is that better? I don't know if that's better or worse.
I think that's the same.
All right. Fuck it. We're doing it. All right, Paul. Tell us about your supplement show and tell here.
I don't know anything about the supplement.
Well,
I
this
thought you
is-
were gonna do it for me.
This is fucking stupid. Power, strength, and endurance formula. Fermented vegan L-leucine. You lost me. You lost me.
It's for that just
I
means
like
it's
all
not
my
made out of.
scenes
That
vegan.
just means it's not made out of like pig hair or something stupid.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But no, the serving size, huh?
that's one thing that people don't know about like leucine and amino acids, where they come from. You don't want to know where your amino acids come from.
Is it the
Dude,
same place as hot dogs?
Most of them come from human hair.
Is it human hair?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I knew it was from hair. Thought maybe feathers or something. I don't know.
AgiPure is one of the best companies that makes amino acids
From hair?
because they're fermented differently.
Oh, okay.
They're not from hair.
All right, Paul. Hit it. Walk us through it. What you got in here? What do you like? What do you dislike?
All right, so it's 29 grams, so pretty big scoop. You know, there's a lot of shit in there. I guess we can skip down to where it talks about all these little things.
Oh, I got a drag and nothing up here that really. Oh, I guess we'll talk about that stuff down below.
Yeah, a lot of it's below.
Yep. All right.
So, I mean, there's leucine in it, which, in my opinion, it's kind of whatever. Like, I don't know why it's in there. You know,
3.5 grams is a healthy dose of leucine too.
it is a good dose, though. It really is. Yeah, 3.5 grams for the average person is enough to maximize the acute MPS response. But you don't have like the other amino acids in here. So,
That's true.
but I do have their intra workout drink, which does have EAAs in it. So then they have beta alanine at 3.2 grams, so comparable to the other products and about a decent dose. Then they have creatine monohydrate at 3 grams, which is an okay dose.
Wait a minute. Can we stop here for 1 second?
What?
Paul, you're taking creatine?
Not intentionally. This is all I only
Not intentionally.
not intentionally. This is the first time I didn't even know there was creatine in here.
Well, there's only 3 grams in there, Paul. So maybe you've never felt the true power of creatine monohydrate because you've never taken the right dose.
But I mean, you're getting like a gram or two in your diet, and then I told you about the time I bought Celtec, and I bought pure creatine monohydrate and dumped it into the Celtec and shook it off.
And it was the biggest and strongest you've ever been in your life.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Are you on drugs?" So then they have the L-citrulline at 6 grams, agmatine sulfate at 1 gram. Dom, do you know about agmatine?
Yeah, someone bring me up to speed on agmatine. I think it's like complementary to beta alanine.
I think it's similar to
it's
how
made
arginine
from arginine,
works.
right?
Yeah, it's derived from arginine. Yep.
God, I didn't fail my master's after all.
Wow. Looks
Neurotransmitter and
yeah.
neuromodulator.
Looks like a good dose is 109 to, whoa, that's a big range. 109 to 435 milligrams for a 150-pound person. Single human study. Used 1,300 to 2,600 of agmatine for the treatment of neuropathic pain.
So, yeah, decreases the perception of pain.
Huh. That's interesting.
So you get fucking trapped.
Oh, also has a strong correlation with reduction in depression at 2 to 3 grams a day. It's interesting.
The pain thing is interesting because I think it might have been one of Stout's classes we were talking about. Maybe it was agmatine, and he brought up the fact that a lot of the reason why we have this sort of barrier of how strong we can get is just because it hurts so bad that basically our brain basically says, like, we're not doing this anymore. And he brought up the cases of, like, when someone's, like, say there's a woman, her child is trapped underneath a car and she somehow gets the strength to, like, lift up the car, but then she also, like, her arms get ripped out of her shoulders, but she's like, it's okay, I'm fine. Like, I don't know. I might have just made all that up, but it sounded really good.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul.
No, you're good, dude. And then I guess it has this trademarked version, some inositol stabilized arginine silicate.
Yep. So some arginine in there as well. Probably the most common one for arginine that you see is that arginine alpha ketoglutarate, the AAKG. But a lot of supplements have gotten away from direct arginine supplementation just because of the like shit conversion rate, right? You don't really get much arginine when you supplement with arginine. You get more when you supplement with citrulline. Yeah, you are. Don't lie. Paul
and
loves
then
supplements.
L-tyrosine, comparable to the other products. Choline, bitartrate. So I guess that's like a cognitive function supplement and converts to like or is a precursor or something to like acetylcholine. They have 2 different types of caffeine for a total of 350 milligrams. L-theanine, 300 milligrams. And then huperzine A, 100 micrograms, which I think that's another cognitive function supplement.
Yep. Yeah, it's another of the nootropics. I wonder why they use this Infinenergy trademark. 133 milligrams dicaffeine malate, yielding 100 milligrams of caffeine. That's curious. I've never seen that before in a pre-workout.
Yeah,
you feel pretty stemmed up when you take this? Pretty comparable to other products with 350 milligrams?
So actually, because I train later in the evening, and that's why I didn't know that they made a stem-free version, because I want to get that and take the full serving, because I only take 10 grams, and it does give me energy. So
yeah, you are getting some hit from in there. All right, we got a hydration optimizer down here.
Yeah, so some taurine at 2 grams, calcium, potassium, phosphate citrate, 525 milligrams, and sodium phosphate, 189 milligrams.
That taurine. Taurine's an interesting one. Taurine, you used to see a lot in supplements, and then you didn't see. Why do they throw the taurine in there?
Let's see.
Antioxidants. What's the hydration effect there on taurine? Increases in blood flow.
I wish.
What?
I wish they would do more in these supplements. Use more powdered coconut water.
What's the purpose there?
You get some good hydration from it. There's a good amount of electrolytes in coconut water.
So it's electrolyte driven. But yeah, I think that's what they're hitting down here is with this calcium, potassium, phosphate citrate, and the sodium phosphate. I think they're just trying to get a little bit of that electrolyte hit in there.
Yeah, like Patrick Tour, who's that big bodybuilding coaches a lot of like those big dudes. His intra is coconut water.
Oh.
He gives them coconut water with their EAAs and with like other stuff, but his base, he doesn't even have him drink water. His base is coconut water.
All right, Paul. So what are some what's the overall grade that you're going to give here? And then what are some things that maybe you would change about the formula as a whole?
I don't know, man. B, A, B. If I know. I think it's pretty solid, man. It's solid. I wouldn't have the leucine in there. I feel like that's kind of pointless. And then I drink their intra that has like another 3.6 grams of it.
More leucine? So you're getting like 7 grams of leucine?
Plus, like my pre-workout meal probably has a few grams in it.
Nice.
You get like 10 grams of leucine.
Nice 10 gram hit right there.
Yeah.
Saturated as shit.
But otherwise, now that I know that they have the stem-free one, I'll probably get that and use like a full scoop of that and just like a third of a scoop of this or something.
Here's a little extra creatine that they snuck in here. Another 500 milligrams that we didn't see at first. So total of 3.5.
It's a lot of creatine.
It's a lot of creatine, Paul. Let's check something. Let's check. Let's look what this pre-extreme looks like. What's so extreme? Oh, so in the extreme they add 15 grams of cyclic dextrin. Then nothing changes there. Nothing changes there.
Some yohimbine.
Yeah, yohimbine. Hydrochloride too. 350 milligrams of caffeine instead of the 300, I think. Or was the other one 350 as well?
I think the other one was 350 because I saw that it was 350 caffeine and 300 theanine.
Okay, so the only difference here really is this 4 milligrams of yohimbine and then an extra 15 grams of carbs in the form of cyclic dextrin. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the stem-free version here.
It would be cool if they had the same things that are in that extreme version minus the caffeine.
This is weird. They've just got malic acid in here at 720 milligrams.
What is malic acid?
It's usually what citrulline is bound to for L-citrulline malate. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like they took out the yohimbine and the caffeine, but left in the tyrosine choline bitartrate, which I think choline bitartrate is slightly less bioavailable compared to alpha GPC if we're looking for that choline. I think it's an okay alternative. And then huperzine, everything else stays the same. All right. Not too bad. NutraBio. You get Paul's seal of approval. You don't get a letter grade. You get a, man, it's pretty solid. And that's about as good as it gets.
That is.
Coming from our good friend, Paulie Rocket here. All right, folks. Everything you needed to know about 4 supplements. We'll probably do these once a month or so. pull up some supplements that we've seen that have graced our Facebook Explore feed, whatever the fuck it's called at this point, or supplements that you enjoy. Dom has a question.
Or we could ask them what supplements they want us to do.
I love it. It's an even better idea.
Speechless.
We might just
everyone
do that.
just turned speechless.
Yeah, guys, if you made it this far in this episode,
Drop
you're a
it in the
lover of
comments.
supplements.
Put it in the comments below.
Put it in the comments. Visit us at Gifted Performance on Instagram. Tell us what you want to know, what you want to hear about, which supplements you want broken down. Because
Like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on.
This guy.
This
The
guy.
beta alanine. He's
Holy
on it.
shit, he took 8 grams of beta alanine and he's ready to fucking go.
I took 9.
9
and my
grams.
stomach is in knots right now.
All right, before Dom poops his pants, do all those things that he told you to do. We will see you on the next one. We'll be talking about supplements, questions. Who knows what we'll be talking about? You'll have to find us there to see exactly what it is. In the meantime, before that episode comes out, stay gifted, of course. Bye.
Bye.